This is the one trick you need to transform your small, tired looking plant into a supermassive plant you could be proud of. If you've ever watched any of Plantarina's YouTube videos, you'll no doubt have been amazed by the remarkably large plants she has in her videos. She has an incredible knack of growing extra large plants that fill out the pot and cascade all over her home. Well, she uses a really simple trick that I'm going to share with you now so that you can get your plants to grow like hers. All it is taking cuttings from your plant and planting them back into the same pot the plant lives in. It's really that simple. Most people buy a plant from their local big box store or nursery, plonk it on their windowsill and forget about it, but this really isn't getting the best out of the plant. Most of the vining plants we buy in the shops, such as pothos or philodendron, are sold with only a maximum of 3 or 4 stems coming out of the soil. These are actually individual plants rather than being a single plant with multiple stems. Growers need to turn a profit when they sell their plants, so they don't tend to pack the pots with lots of stems because this reduces their margins and this just won't make for a full bushy plant like the ones in Plantarina's videos. So growers only plant 3 or 4 plants into the pots, and honestly these are rookie numbers and can be easily increased to many more. The process is simple, you don't need any fancy equipment or gadgets. Grab your plant and a clean pair of pruners, locate 2 or 3 long stems that have multiple leaves on and cut them off near the base of the plant. And don't worry about killing your plant, because cutting the stem will result in that stem branching out with new growth emerging from the next growth node down. You can now take multiple individual cuttings from the long stem cuttings that you took. For a successful cutting that will develop into a plant, all you need is a piece of stem with 2 leaves attached. Remove the lower leaf and leave the top one as it is. At this point you can dip the lower end of the cuttings into rooting powder, and this will slightly improve the success rate of the cuttings taking roots. All we do now is plant them into the same pot as the mother plant, filling in the gaps by fitting as many stems into the pot as you possibly can. The more stems there are, the fuller and larger the plant will become. You can plant these straight back into the pot with the mother plant, because cuttings will root in soil. Water isn't the only propagation method. Water the soil of your plant and keep it relatively moist for a few weeks so the cuttings don't dry out until roots are developed. Don't worry about rotting the mother plant in the process. In the few weeks it takes for roots to emerge, your plant will be able to handle being damper than normal. So how do you know when the cuttings have roots? It's simple. Give the cuttings a little tug. If there's resistance, then there's roots. Don't yank too hard and pull the cuttings out. This will slow the progress of them rooting. Once they have roots, new stems will emerge on each cutting after a few weeks that will grow out until eventually you have a nice big plant in your hands to rival Plantarina. And speaking of Plantarina, I'm on a mission to catch her up in subscribers. I'm sure we can achieve that within a year with your help, so please make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you tug on your cuttings after a few weeks and there's still no resistance, then you clearly still do not have roots. There are 6 main reasons why this is probably happening, and you can find out what they are by clicking on the video here.